Yeah, I've found some incredibly just crazy stuff that I've either kept or sold and whatnot, and it's just great stuff there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's not just like geared towards toys. It's
No,
everything.
the Crete location is just so much of craziness of everything. There's toys, there's diecast, there's horror, there's model kits, there's train stuff, there's just it's honestly whenever you get there and you go, yeah, the guy was right. It's hard to describe everything that's kind of there because it's such a big mishmash kind of. Honestly, it's like a flea market kind of vibe.
Okay.
Especially like the back half of it and whatnot.
Okay.
But Chris got us started as a flea market vendor.
Oh,
and
okay.
so it's like this opportunity came up for him to buy this location. He's like, yeah, and then he actually owned a roofing company for a long time.
Okay.
So then he fell off a roof, broke his elbow, and he's like, well, I'm going to start doing the toys more, and everything else. And he pretty much camps out at Crete, and then he'll come to his other locations every once in a while.
Was the Crete location like a warehouse for his roofing supplies?
No,
No.
it was like I believe it was a dairy at one point. It was like they actually processed dairy milk and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
So so it's a really, and that's another thing too. The building is kind of like 3 or 4 buildings that have been different things at other times. So it's kind of like a weird, a little bit of a weird spot.
Wow.
I think
How long has it been around?
He's been at that location, I think, close to 10 years now. Yeah.
Okay. We went to another show up in Kenosha called SlamCon.
Okay.
And just quickly threw on my phone like what other things are around.
Yeah.
And there was a shop that it was geared towards model kits.
Okay.
But it was an older gentleman. It was it was really hard to find because there was no front door. You had to go through the parking lot in the back.
Okay.
There was just a garage door and a little metal door, and it said, "I guarantee you we're open."
I assure you we're open.
Yeah, kind of like Clerks. And we walk in, and it is, I don't know, maybe 10,000 square feet of just row after row after row of just different model kits.
That's crazy.
Modern, old, couple of cats running around.
Yeah, there's cats at Crete.
And he was just like, "What are you looking for?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm looking for this weird like line that came out a couple of years ago." He's like, "Oh, right here." And
that's awesome.
His encyclopedic mind of like, you walk in and it feels and it looks like somebody just dumped a dump truck of model kits. but he knew exactly
where to look.
where everything was.
I would go in there and I would go, I want
I don't think so.
Robotech from Rebel from the 80s,
Yes.
you know, and whatnot, because I loved building those kits. Because I don't know if you remember, there was a role-playing game called Battletech
Yes.
that
like
kind of was at the same time as Robotech, and they ended up fighting over the licensing
over the designs of the mechs.
I
Yeah.
played Battletech like crazy as a kid growing up, and I bought all those model kits that I used them for, as Battletech.
I had the books.
Uh-huh.
I had the BattleTech books, but I could never convince my cousins to actually sit down and play because they were like, "Well, what do we do? Like, use your imagination."
Yeah.
Like, I don't like this.
You don't like
they
this,
wanted
yeah,
to actually have
Yeah.
the physical things.
Yeah.
But I remember BattleTech. I went to the Wheaton
If you want.
midnight
Yeah.
flea market,
Yeah.
I would just get
and
it.
there was a gentleman who had 3 pristine Robotech kits.
Yeah.
Except they were a little bit out of my price range,
Right.
but the fact to actually see them
Yeah.
boxed,
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh man, if I
yeah.
had a little more spending money, I would have
Yeah.
taken them. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm right there with you with the
Yeah.
old school Robotech stuff.
The Battletech company, FASA, was actually a Chicago-based company, and I got lucky. Actually, tell you what, guys, this is a great toy show coming up next weekend.
Okay.
In Highland. I don't know where you guys are. Are you in the city? I take it.
Yeah,
or
we're in the
something?
city, Southside McKinley Park, over by where the Comiskey Park
Not that
is.
far of a drive, to be honest.
No, it's not.
For where you need to, you know where Cabela's is, like on the Highland Hammond
Yeah.
border. Okay, it's literally about 5 minutes down the road.
Okay.
From that. It's a great show. I'll be set up there with my personal stuff.
Okay.
And whatnot. And it's a great show. We'd love to see you come out.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
everything else. But at that show years ago, I got super lucky, and this guy had all this BattleTech stuff, and I was like, hey, I'll take it. I'll just take it all. Not only was it BattleTech stuff, it was early prototypical BattleTech stuff. Because he had gotten it from somebody that worked for FASA, that had gotten one of those deals, and it's like, because the original BattleTech game was called Battle Droids, and then they got sued by Lucas because he wanted to use the term Battle Droids further down the line and whatnot. So they actually had to change it from Battle Droids to BattleTech.
Were they also the ones who were the authors of Rifts? I think there was one called Rifts.
Yeah, Rifts. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a sci-fi, futuristic, dystopian.
Yep. I wanted to get those books too. The covers were the other thing that attracts me to the. It's not so much the games actually, but just the cover art.
Oh yeah,
some of the cover art was just phenomenal.
The stories inside the source books were great, and then the novels were fantastic. I actually, if I ever got if I win Powerball tomorrow, they always say they go there'll be signs, that you win. I think I would honestly start my own production company, and I would love to bring the BattleTech universe to live action. Because I think how like Stranger Things has got like the whole, it's like futuristic and a lot of those people, but it's still whenever they lean on the past, like guys are wearing vintage T-shirts, listening to vintage music, but they're out in space, and stuff like that. I think TV shows like that do extremely well, and I think BattleTech would be a great universe to launch. A TV show.
As a kid, I always wanted, before I knew that Robotech was based on Macross, I always wanted Robotech to be live action.
Yeah.
And I know that Henry Cavill is leading the Voltron live action.
Oh, really? That'll be interesting.
So I'm curious as to see how the aesthetics looks.
Yes, absolutely.
And can they transfer that over to like the Robotech one?
Yeah.
So that would be interesting.
Yeah, see, I see kind of like the BattleTech universe, a lot of dark shots, so you kind of blend in the AI. Thanks for stopping in, guys.
All right, absolutely.
Appreciate
you.
you.
Wanted to check it out. We've been dozen time over there to the Crete location. We want to check this
They're
out.
about ready to go. Okay, so you've been to the Crete. Tell them how awesome it is.
It's probably like 3 times the size, and it's crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to head over there.
You could get lost. We might actually go over there also.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Take care, guys. Thanks so much.
Brian is it, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Brian.
You bet. It's a pleasure, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor. Write down your YouTube channel so I can
sure.
go and I'll check that out.
Do you have a pen?
I got one here for you.
I started about 6 months ago.
Okay.
But we've been going to shows for a lot longer.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple of YouTubers that I really like is like Retro Toys from the UK, Analog Toys. He's also in the UK. Froggy Flips. He does a lot of stuff.
Froggy Flips has been to my buddy's store in Crown
Okay.
Point. Have you ever been to the Crown Point Toys
Yes.
and Collectibles? Yeah. John and Tom are great guys and whatnot. I would suggest going there. America's Antique Mall in Highland, Indiana. Actually, that would be another great spot. If you come to that show, there's a fantastic mall that's in an old big box store. And there's probably, rows and rows of cases. There's tons of great stuff out on the floor. And I would definitely, suggest maybe coming down and you could hit two birds with one stone.
That would be great. That would be great.
As far as that goes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you so much.
Have a great
Safe
day.
travels.
And we'll probably see you
Yeah, absolutely.
next
Can't wait.
weekend. Oh yeah. Ming the Merciless. Yeah, with the popularity of the movie. The Bride. I think I would be interested in it.
I don't know si eso fue 3 o por lo de 6, dice 16. Ahí abajo.
Oh. Oh yeah.
I don't know what this is. Oh,
I think it's a candle.